Good afternoon, Buckeye Gordon, and I want to continue on talking about retirement. Um, Last video I did, I talked about, what are you going to do um, that you're retiring, whether you're going to, do any volunteering work. Some people brought that up, and I forgot that, but that's a very good idea. Um, will you go to work like most retirees do? Um, But let's just talk about um, what goes into deciding whether to retire or not. Now, all I really have is my own personal experience, and that's what I want to talk about. I've been working since I was 15 years old. I worked in a dishwasher as a steakhouse at 15, and I enjoy working. I can honestly say there's only one job I had that I didn't like. I didn't care for it. But all the other jobs I've had, I really enjoyed. Um, it's good for me to help others, to know that I'm appreciated, to know that what I'm doing helps the company. Um, what kind of got me thinking about retirement, I've always thought I would be the one they would have to carry me out eventually. I never wanted to retire. I always wanted to work, just keep working. My last job I had, um, I worked for a company and I drove a turret truck. And if you're not sure what that is, it's a 20,000 pound forklift, really big, and it's a high rise forklift. So when the forks go up, you go up with it. And then it goes as high as 30 feet. They got them 60, but the one we had was 30. And you can turn the forks around, and the forks will go out, pick the pallet up, pick the pallet up, bring it back towards you, and then you just turn it around and then come on down. And then I would put those on at the end caps so people come and get them and take them where it goes. I love that job. I really did. I was on it for about 12, 13 years, I guess. And that's the company I worked for when I retired. Um, but one day, I'm thinking I'm not, I'll never retire. They'll have to carry me out of here. And it was, I don't know, about a year before. I just woke up and said, you know what? I'm going to retire. I don't know why, but I'm going to retire. So I started to get things in place. Uh, First, I think I did was uh, trying to find out how much I could make on retirement. So I worked 25 years. And if you go on to my Social Security, create an account. It doesn't take a long time, but it does take a little bit of time, a little bit of patience. And what it is, when you log in onto it, you go into it, you'll have all the years you worked, how much money you paid into Social Security, and how much money your employer paid in, which would match how much you did. So let's say one year you paid in, let's say $2,000 into Social Security. Your employer will pay $2,000 into Social Security. Then it'll also have you uh, how much you could retire or how much you could get at 62. Um, I think it's by each year, like for each age, 62, 63, so on and so forth. So I was looking at mine at 62 and versus 65, my full retirement age. The difference was only about $300. So I'm thinking, man, I could work part time and get the $300 extra I would have gotten each month from Social Security. I can make that in a week. So I decided to go. I had my mind made up. I'm going to retire. Um, I was 61 at the time, I believe, and I had a year left, so I was going to retire at 62. Now, I just want to make sure that the information I have uh, was right. So when you call the Social Security office, the problem, if you talk to two or three different people, you might get two or three different answers. That's what I was doing. Now, what really helped me was I found uh, this community board, I guess. I'm not exactly sure what it is, where you can ask a question and then somebody will give you an answer. So there was a few questions I had. One was, how much can I make on Social Security? What happens if I make too much? And I got an answer back a day or two later, and it was from a woman. She said, I worked for the Social Security Administration for 30 years, and I'm now retired. She said at that time it was, I don't know, $19,000. She said, you can make $19,000 a year before you're penalized. Okay? For every for every $2 you make, they take $1 away if you go above, at that time, $19,000 and change. I think it was 19,620. She said if you go over 19,620, then they'll take away $1 for every $2 you made over that 19,620. So I said, well, that's okay, you know. And she was telling me some other things, and very helpful. She was really helpful. My suggestion is, if you want to retire, don't talk to somebody on the phone. Go to Social Security. You can also get an appointment with the Social Security Administration. So, I highly suggest a face to face. I don't know, it just, you might be able to explain things better, and might be able to get a lot of good information. But, and then when it came around, I actually, I didn't say anything to the co-workers. What I did when I got down to 30 days or 60 days, something like that, uh, I wrote a letter to my employer that, I'm going to retire. This date will be my last day here. And then once that was submitted, then I told my friends at work. But if that's what you're doing, you're thinking about retirement, please try to get all the information you can get. My suggestion is, if now I didn't have any 401ks or nothing like that. My suggestion is, if you do, and it's a little complicated, get a financial advisor, someone who has your best interests at heart. Okay, uh, call your friends and see who they have. Um, shop around a little bit, but it's very important when you're talking about your financial future. That is very important. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me. If this is the kind of content you want to hear, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. The next one's going to be about you're retired, your income versus your debt, and I'll be using my income and my debt to kind of show you how my retirement's going. So if you would, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.